No way, dude. They actually added it. I can't believe it. It's in the game now. I complained about it on day one, and I complained about it after the 2.0 patch, but finally, you can use the trains in the game.
No need to be a bitch.
You wanna die? No? Then calm the f down.
Albeit you can't just walk inside of the station, then walk up to the train and go out freely. It kind of like spawns you into a little area, but hey man, I'll take what we can get. So I put out my thoughts on the 2.0 update that I played on PC, and then after a while I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot on Xbox now with the 2.0 update, and I'll play the new DLC too. By the way, to this comment that I didn't forget about that said all the problems and bugs I was having with the game was because I didn't do a fresh install, well, this was on a clean install on a brand new console on the newest update, and these were the bugs I was getting within the first hour.
All units in the area, disorderly.
Damned, I've always said. This is pure biz.
But now that we have that out of the way, I decided to just kind of stop playing it after a while, kind of tapered off a little bit. But then they released the 2.1 update. They didn't have to do this. They released the game, they sold their DLC, they said, all right, this is the only major expansion we're gonna bring back to the game. I figured it was a wrap. Then they brought out the 2.1 update, and they added various bug fixes. They did things with the gameplay to make it a little less jank, a little more cohesive and seamless all around, improve the driving. But then they also added immersive elements to the game, like being able to hang out with people in your apartment, which I haven't seen in my playthrough yet after 46 hours. That's just something I didn't get into. One of the things that they added was something that I actually complained about in my last video, and I don't know how many other people really cared about this, but they populated the world with more usable vendors now. So now in bars and food areas where there previously wouldn't be any activity, there's a chance you may be able to come across somebody that you can actually use for exchanging items. And I know it doesn't seem like a really big thing, but to me that goes a long way to provide more immersion in the game. But most notably, they added the train system to the game. And it's kind of cool that every time that I've logged onto the game within the past like 6 months or so, my character will just kind of out of the blue get a text message or do something showing some new piece of content that came out. And it just has me thinking, man, I hear a lot about how if this game came out like this would have been the game that everybody wanted and nobody would have complained. And I've kind of been like, yeah, whatever, man. All right, it's still not the game that they advertised in the E3 whatever. They definitely made some overpromises when they first showed that 48-minute gameplay trailer. But putting that aside, this 2.1 update kind of really shows their commitment to making this game as immersive as possible. And I don't know what it is about playing it now, but it's like I'm constantly getting text messages from the people that I do missions for. It constantly feels like there's stuff to do in the game. In this playthrough, I focused a lot on doing more side missions, which is something I haven't really done too much in the game, admittedly. And man, I was missing out on a lot of content, but there's something about what just how the game's structured now that there's just so much to do. The moment-to-moment gameplay loop is so good. I'll just be exploring the world, I'll run into a group of gangs, take them out, get a wanted level, run from the police, I'll discover some Easter egg or something hiding behind an alley that wants my attention. There's the cyber psycho sightings, there's the side missions that feel like main story content. In fact, one of the side missions is basically main story content, and if you don't do it, you can completely miss out on a chunk of the story, which leads to an oddly wholesome ending that I wasn't expecting. And apparently a lot of other people didn't get this ending. So I feel bad for the people that didn't. It's actually really good. But I just feel like there's so much stuff to do in the game. I was constantly doing stuff and just having a good time exploring the world. All of my criticisms of the game previously just kind of melted away. And also the game just feels like it's more fun to mess around with. When the 2.0 update first dropped, there were some bugs. Hijacking cars would just make them go in this slow little wobbly state, and I couldn't really force the AI to get into altercations with each other or make the traffic go crazy, but I was able to do that a lot more in the 2.1 update. It was fun to pull your gun out and then have a car run into a crowd of people, and then you just have a crowd of cars going crazy and then a cop's chasing them. Speaking of chasing, apparently gang members can just pull up on you now. And I don't know how much of this is weaved into the DLC content, but yeah, there's stuff like car chases. Now cars will kind of just pop up around the map that you can steal and then take to a safe house to get some cash and extra items. And this was like the little stuff that I wanted when the game first came out. Just those little things that keep you busy, you know?
You saved my ass. Thanks.
So you take the 50 or so odd hours that I put into the Xbox version, plus the however many hours I put into the 2.0 update on the PC version, plus all the hours I put into the PC version when it first launched, plus playing the V1 version of the Xbox One release and the PS4 release. I played this game a lot, and this has been one of the most polarizing experiences in gaming that I think I've ever felt in my life. Because on one hand, I was extremely let down and disappointed by Cyberpunk, but on the other hand, I can't stop getting into it. I play the shit out of this game. I really enjoy this game. I really enjoy exploring in this game. I don't know how intentional the parkour was as a traversal ability in this game, but dude, I'll just do so much parkour in this game. It's so fun to do. If you can see an area in this game that you want to go to, you can probably find a way to get to it. Even if it kind of breaks the game, it doesn't matter. The game lets you do it. Like on this 2.1 update, you can still jump up on the monorail train tracks and you can actually visit the bus stops where the metro stations are. And they actually really line up with the physical spots that you can go and take the metro. And not only that, if you're on the rails and you actually go to the stop, you can look and see where they've actually completely decorated these areas for the train to take off at, which is kind of interesting that they put this much detail in it and that you just can't organically go in and out of them yourself. Maybe it would have just taken a ton more processing power. Maybe it would have just complicated things, because I think when you're on the monorail in the spawned in monorail segments, it kind of goes slower than the actual monorail goes. If you're just exploring the world and looking up at it, maybe that would have had some kind of conflict. I don't know. Point is, this is a fucking good game, dude. I used to really not enjoy the gameplay loop of Cyberpunk because as badly as I wanted to, it felt like it was duct taped together on a train track with a conductor that was inebriated. Anytime you deviated from the way the game wanted you to play, it would break, the AI would fall apart, and there was a lack of activities and things that kept me interested in between the moment-to-moment gameplay, that of which felt pretty jank and not really satisfying to do. But now more than ever, I really do feel like this was more of the original intention of the game. It feels fleshed out, it feels polished, it feels filled with activities. It feels filled with activities. Can you tell I'm not reading off a script here? That being said, Cyberpunk still has its fair share of bugs now.
Saved it just for you!
Huh?
Most notably to me would be the occasional missing item when I would make a purchase. I bought the new Porsche that they added in the update. It was missing. I tried buying cyberware. It was missing. But after reloading a previous save, it seemed to fix that. It's also still pretty easy to cheese the AI. It's really easy to lose the tail of the cops.
That's Max Tack, NCPD's apex predators.
I will find you!
Huh?
Although it seems like they must have improved it with this previous update, because it seems like they linger around a little bit more, and they also spawn in areas that I didn't see them before, like on top of a building that they totally shouldn't have been able to get to. They'll also engage with me in firefights that I feel like previously they didn't. If I'm high up on a building, they'll still fight with me, which is something they didn't seem to previously do so much, but I don't know. If you're out on a highway, you can also just drive into the desert and they won't chase after you. But yeah, even if the cops are a little lousy, at least there's cops now. If you've been sitting off on this game and you haven't gotten into it, you should definitely give it a shot. Probably not on PS4 or Xbox One, but you should give it a shot. I don't know how much of this extra content that I'm enjoying is from the expansion that I bought, but if you're really interested in this game, I would highly recommend just getting the complete edition. I keep seeing it like for $50 for the game and the DLC, and genuinely, you can put 100 hours in this game easy, full stop, no shot. You're not even gonna think about it. I highly recommend doing all of the side content before you progress through the main story. Definitely just try to keep up with it, explore, just take your time with the game, because there's going to get to a point towards the end where you have the option to either do the final mission or do the rest of your side content, then do the final mission, which that part felt a little weird to me. I wish there was an ending of the game that kind of lets you explore the world post-ending, you know what I mean? But every single ending leads to the game completing, and then if you want to play it from there, you got to play from your previous save right before you ended the game, which is just kind of a weird feeling, I guess. Not really a fault of the game. I know a lot of games do this. I just wish there was something there. Maybe like a new game plus, maybe like an in-game type beat. I don't know. Anyways, if you're still here and you've been wondering what's going on with the channel, I got the office completely torn apart right now. I got boxes over here because we're moving again. We've only been here a few months, but we're moving into a new place, lower rent, nicer area. It's gonna be worth the move for sure, but it is kind of funny that we got all this set up and I don't even feel like I really got moved into this place and we're heading out again. Thank you to all of the channel members that are still channel members despite the fact that I haven't uploaded in like over a month now. We got a lot going on, but anyways guys, hope you're enjoying your holidays. Enjoy your time with your family. Enjoy your time off playing some games, whatever you're doing, and I'll be seeing you soon.
Think what these words share.